It's time to whip off that bra, pour a glass of your favorite wine, and join us for this week's Drinks at Six podcast. Welcome aboard, Monica. Welcome to the Girls' Cave.
Well, thank you for having me back.
Well, I'm just happy to say we both still fit in here because it's been about, 2.5 weeks since Halloween?
It has. I'm not wearing a bra, by the way. It feels weird.
That's so great. I don't think I want to know any more than that. Just don't get up and jump or anything. No sudden movements. Well, I'm glad to see that true to form you did whip off your bra to enjoy tonight's podcast with our wine. I have noticed a small expansion in my girth since Halloween. I don't know if I told you this, but for Halloween, I dressed up. I put on a judge's gown and a judge's wig with rollers in it, and I strapped like a baby Bjorn and a Maddie's doll to me, and I was a judgy mom.
I did see that on Facebook, and I think my comment was sexiest costume.
Yes, yeah, totally sexy.
Yeah.
I won a few mom's hearts, and I lost a few play dates. So anyway, I'm still trying to recuperate from that. But there was like this one woman who I didn't know her, like no one I knew. Anyway, and she had kids, and she looked at me and she said something kind of negative about my costume.
Oh.
And I said, oh crap, we're wearing the same costume. And then I walked away and I was like, I have to do damage control on this because what if our kid plays with my kid?
No.
But that was still mean of her anyway. She was judging
mean.
my judgy mom.
Yeah.
Screw
dare
her.
she?
Yeah.
I don't think Maddie wants to be friends with a
yeah, and I don't want to play dates with that judgy lady. So anyway, aside from working off the damage I did there, I'm also trying to work off 2 boatloads of Halloween candy because I work at home. I know, and I come downstairs and I dip into her bag, and then I tell myself she's only 4. Yeah, she can't eat all this, but I can. But I can. So. I haven't really
I can't get that
done
song
anything.
out of my head. I like big butts and I cannot lie. Since Halloween. Okay.
I think we have to find Sir Mix-a-Lot because he would like my butt. And I'm not lying. So I haven't made no attempt to turn this boat around. This big butt boat around.
Let me help you turn that ship around.
Yeah, do it.
So for Halloween this year, I had a lovely evening out with my brother. It was a couple of nights before Halloween. We went to Cameron's Brewery in Oakville, and they have an open cask night. So for $20, you get a meal and you get 2 beers for free. It's so much fun.
Oh, that's cool.
So we went, obviously, for the Halloween celebrations, and I recycled an old costume of mine that my husband lovingly made me, believe it or not. It's a roller girl costume.
Okay.
And when I put it on, I was pleasantly surprised to see that the skirt was miles too big for me. Because when I wore it 10 years ago, I was quite a bit heavier.
Whoa.
So I actually had to pin the skirt up, and I was all happy about that.
Nice.
But then Halloween came and went, and I was eating chocolate. I don't like milk chocolate at all. I would never even buy it. Like, to me, it's just like sugar. I like dark.
Oh, okay.
So I'm eating milk chocolate, like going, I don't even like this. Why am I putting it in? Why am I unconsciously, I'm just kidding, self-consciously
You're
eating
an unconscious
this?
eating.
And so anyways, I did Weight Watchers 3 years ago, and I was quite successful. Lost 20 pounds.
Really? Is it hard?
Well, so feeling all skinny in the big skirt, I decided after this chocolate extravaganza, I knew I've gained about 5 pounds since I lost the original 20, but after Halloween, in the span of a week and a half, I was up 8. And I'm like, this must stop now. We don't want
evil.
This is the thing too, Jacqueline. Like when you're 5'10",
yeah.
When you notice 3 pounds, you know when I notice weight gain? 12 pounds.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous, and it's so hard to get.
So then you
rid of
have
it.
more. You have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm a big believer in Weight Watchers. And one of the reasons I love it so much is because you're accountable for everything. So you have this little tracker on your phone. You put everything in there that you eat. You put all your exercise in there. And then they give you bonus. They call them points. So 1 point represents 50 calories.
Right.
So you get bonus points that you can use up throughout the week. And so you start off the week with 45 points. 1 glass of wine
Gulp.
is...
What?
1 glass of wine is 5 points.
Oh.
So for me, yeah.
That's
Okay.
upsetting.
So 2 glasses, you're already like going nuts. So I like to, let's do some quick math here. So if you don't have, and if you can be a good girl all week, that means on a Saturday night, you could have 7 glasses of wine and use up your extra points.
But you have to
You
suffer
wanted
for
to.
6 nights to
I
do
know.
that.
Anyway, this is not about the alcohol. But anyway,
Okay.
so yes, you know what? It's a great program. Now I want to talk to you about
It sounds amazing.
why do I sound like an infomercial? I want to talk about
Well, you look great.
why. Thank you. Why do you overeat? Why? Why?
Well, you know
Everybody
what?
has a reason.
I love to cook a really nice meal certain nights of the week. Like Greg and I will do that, and it's special because we'll have a glass of wine. I love to try a new recipe. I love to cook. But why I overeat? It's not even that I overeat. I really don't overeat. I eat like crap. So if most of the time Greg gets home from work late, so I'm making Maddie dinner. So I eat with her and nibble with her because I'm starving. Then I eat again when Greg comes home.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll eat a little bit with him and a little bit with her. But she likes pasta. Kids love carbs, right? Mm-hmm. Or I work from home during the day. I run downstairs. I need the quickest thing possible because I don't have time for lunch. So I'll have a sandwich. So I'm having bread. Carbs, right? And so when I'm really tired with Maddie, I eat on the go. I eat carbs. They give me energy. So I'm not a huge eater. I'm just a crappy eater.
Really?
Yeah. And then, of course, I have wine. So I'm not an overeater. I'm an overwiner.
Yeah, and wine's got a lot of carbs.
Yeah, like every night, Greg puts Maddie to bed. I work all day. As soon as she gets home, I stop and I play with her and then I make her dinner. And then when he puts her to bed, I start working again. So I have a glass of wine or two because it just relaxes me. Mm-hmm. It's been like go, go, go since 6:30 a.m.
Yeah.
And, so I have a glass of wine because I feel like it. And then, the worst culprit for us is that he puts her to bed, I go back to work, and then we make our dinner at 9 o'clock at night. So we're eating late. Yeah. So we might be eating like half decently, but we're still eating late.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's my thing. Now you're an unconscious eater. That's really
I'm like
difficult
out when I eat.
You're asleep when you eat, so you're not burning any of it off. Not to make fun of your.
Oh my God! I know
malaprop
we were having a problem with that, but I wish there was a better word because I don't even feel like it's subconscious. I feel like it's. Well, I'm just not conscious of what I'm putting into my mouth.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, for me, it's a social thing. It's also a feeling of loss of control.
What is when you're eating or
when I'm
when
eating? So right now, in my life, I've been working for 1 year on my website.
Oh, yeah.
It's been, one thing after another. The process isn't a horrible one. It's just, I think when you create something like a website, you learn a lot about yourself and you start changing things a lot because you think, what am I putting out there? What's the message I want to... So anyways, there's a lot of that. There's back and forth stuff with web guys and all this. But, so I've got that. I have Christmas shows coming up. I've, all these little things about running a business. So I have to be very, very careful because as soon as I lose control, I have this perception that I'm losing control and I'm overwhelmed and there's too much on my plate.
Yes.
The one thing I can control is what goes into my mouth. And I have two choices. That can be a positive thing or a negative thing. And when I take negative road and I start shoving Halloween candies in my mouth or having an extra piece of chicken with skin on it for dinner or all those things that I love, that's when nothing gets finished. It's amazing. The food and my production are in silence. It's like they're walking together, the same path. So there's all these loose ends in my business I didn't get to and I didn't finish up because I'm not in control. I'm not in control of what I'm eating. I don't have a plan. I feel like I'm very, very scattered in my mind. As soon as I get back to Weight Watchers and I go in there and I do my check-in and they say, okay, Monica, you're 8 pounds now over your goal weight. I go, okay, it's almost like I'm going back to school. Like, I need to be accountable for this and I need to get better. Mm-hmm. So I go back to the eating, go back to the exercise, but I'm almost like fanatical about it, where I feel like I got to do this 100%. I am not failing. And I'll, and then the same thing happens with the business. Now, on the business side, I love it because all of a sudden everything starts lining up and I become very organized, very methodical,
right.
Push things out in a timely manner. Things start happening, right? But with the food, I'm like psychotic. Like, I feel like I'm not going there for dinner because they're going to serve this and this, and I'm not eating that. Like,
really?
It's not, I don't know how to balance this out. And Weight Watchers gives you all the tools to balance it because they say for every, 10 minutes that you exercise, you get an extra point to eat. You get an extra 50 calories to eat.
Wow.
For every week, you get an extra 42 points. So, it's
there's
just
rewards.
Really, there are rewards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, how do you, I don't know. For me, food and my success they walk hand in hand.
But that's like an emotional thing. That's psychological, right?
Right. Yeah, very much. So, Jacqueline, you're looking like, I want to take a picture of you because you look like right now, like you got
doctor.
Something like Dr. Jacqueline.
I feel like I'm looking at you like
I
my
need to
therapist.
Yes, please judge me.
I'm
Please
judging
tell
you.
me.
I'm a judgy mom.
Put the glasses on your upper lip again.
I like Miss Beasley.
I liked when you had, yes, Miss Beasley. Monica, why are you
There.
eating those extra pieces of
Monica,
chicken?
they're calories, they're not love. But they are love.
I know.
Well, it's funny because a friend of mine, Tara Hunt, she's like social media guru. She's getting married in September to this awesome guy. And she wanted to lose a little bit of weight for the wedding because, all eyes are on her. Everyone knows her. She's like an influencer, high profile. Anyway, so it's funny because she's on MyFitnessPal. And, of course, she's been tracking through social, like, her success, and it's been incredible. So now Greg, my husband, is like, I'm downloading MyFitnessPal. I'm like, no, but Tara's dedicated to this. Like, she has converted from wine to gin, just to preserve calories and whatever. And she's down like 18 pounds now. And it's been since beginning of September, and we're in like mid-November. So 28 pounds. Anyway.
28 pounds?
No, 20-ish pounds. Jeez. Anyway, she looks amazing. Like, she looks great. So, of course, I see her. I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to download MyFitnessPal. But the difference between her and I is probably why our careers are so vastly different.
Okay.
She's so meticulous and methodical. Like, she's a great mind, but she's very, like, structured in her work and very dedicated. Mm-hmm. So, for me, I'm kind of, like, all over the ice. And so anyway, so she tracks everything, which you're supposed to. It's a great app. It shows you your progress. It gives you reports. But the thing is, like, I was trying it. It was like, okay, so I just had a piece of bread with cream cheese. What kind of bread? What kind of cream cheese? I'm like, are you freaking kidding?
Yeah.
So after 2 days, I was like, oh my God, I can't track this anymore. It's more work than my work. Mm-hmm. So I gave up and I just ate my kids' Halloween candy. But she looks
But you know what? I think the thing with the Weight Watchers, too, is it has name brand stuff, so it's really easy to find things. Like, their library of food is, like, so extensive. You can put in Cora's breakfast granola crunch, whatever, and it'll find it. Like,
yeah.
But the other thing is like, you want to get fanatical. And I don't know if Tara's doing this. You might want to ask her. A lot of times what people will do is they'll just, throughout the week, eat the same things. So they build a favorites list.
Like, I've asked her about her diet.
Oh,
and
for her.
But I think
maybe
for her,
she's eating more from the earth. She's not looking up breads
Yeah, well,
and-
they say, like, not that this has anything to do with that, but when you're grocery shopping, right? You
Yeah.
shop the perimeter.
Yeah.
You do
That's
not
right.
go into the aisles. I live in the aisles. I have a kid who wants snacks, and bear paws are not on the perimeter. And I'm sorry, but sometimes frozen pizza.
What was that?
Nothing. I think I just gained 50 points by saying that. But it's interesting to watch, like, you and to watch Tara and to watch me fail on it after 2 days. But it's all about the way that you approach weight loss. For me, I would rather just...
it's like stab my ass out with
I'd
a
rather
fork.
stab myself with a fork in the eye. But no, it's like kind of like when I go to the bank and they give me my receipt for my balance, I throw it away immediately. I don't look. I don't want to know the damage. I hate knowing the damage. So when I am trying to lose weight, I just start eating salads and soups. I work out more. I walk more. I don't look at the calories or whatever because I get discouraged too easily that way. Whereas some people are so goal oriented that Weight Watchers and MyFitnessPal, it's a better system for them, right?
Yes, that's right.
So it depends on your psychology about weight, or not about weight, but how you
What motivates you? Like,
and
what-
how do you need to get that information to keep you going?
Yeah, that's
you know?
exactly right. Yeah, that's very true. I have a very funny story about a Weight Watcher meeting that I went to in the early 90s. This is going back quite a while because I've been with them for years.
Sorry, can you pour me 50
And,
points of that wine?
Oh my God. Have you noticed I've been really savoring this?
Yeah, you have.
Few sips.
Kind of
I have.
annoying. Yeah.
Anyways, so So I'm at this meeting, and there is a woman that sits at the back of the class that never says anything. Nothing. She never contributes because we have meetings and everybody can talk about their experiences. But every meeting I've gone to, she's been there. I've heard her story from other people. Incredible. She lost 150 pounds. She was like so far overweight to the point where, like, she was morbidly obese, right?
Right.
And she lost that 150 pounds through Weight Watchers, through diet and exercise. And because she exercised, she didn't need any surgery or anything. Like, her
Good
body
for her.
or skin
Even
looked
the extra
good.
skin, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that really helped her as well. Anyways, never says anything. 6 meetings in, our meeting happened to be the week after Thanksgiving. Not Thanksgiving, Halloween. Sorry.
Oh, Halloween.
I call everything Thanksgiving. I do that with Christmas too. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm very thankful.
Because you're all about gratitude.
Yeah.
Right.
So anyways, we're all sitting in this class, and one lady, they ask the question, how are you dealing with Halloween and candies and everything, right? So one woman puts up her hand. She says, I'm not dealing with it well at all. So, well, tell us a little bit about that. She says, well, 2 weeks ago, I bought a bag of mini Mars bars, and I ate them in a day. And so I've been eating a bag of mini Mars bars like pretty much every other day. Yes.
Oh my
She
God.
said, I've fallen right off the wagon. That's why I'm back here, because I'm out of control. I actually purchased another bag of mini Mars bars on my way over to the meeting and made my way through half of the bag. And the way I'm feeling right now, I fully intend on eating the other half when I get back.
Oh, jeez.
So all of a sudden, the hand of the lady that never speaks goes up. We're all like, what? She's going to speak? What's going on here? So the instructor or whatever, the Weight Watchers leader says, you have something to say? She goes, yes. I want to talk to the lady about the Mars bar addiction. She goes, yes. She says, I want you to go home, and if you can, save one of those little mini Mars bars for when you get home. And I want you to take all of your clothes off, and I want you to get naked, and I want you to sit in front of the mirror, and I want you to watch yourself eat that last mini Mars bar. I guarantee you it'll be the last time you eat it.
Really?
And the whole
Do you know if it
the whole
worked?
class was silent. It was like, she spoke, and did she ever speak?
And do you know if it ever worked?
I don't know.
Did you go home and sit naked in front
Nope.
of chicken with skin on it?
Yeah. Damn you for bringing that up, Jacqueline. Is that what I have to do?
Well, at least you were awake for that one. Oh
no
my-
more unconscious eating.
That's I mean, I've heard that a lot. Like, you know, if you have an
Yeah.
addiction to something, eat it in a bikini. maybe not naked, cross-legged in front of a mirror. I just feel like that's like so many reasons never to eat again for anybody.
I know. And this is very derogatory because I don't want to come off like, oh, if you're fat, you don't look good. You know what? Everybody has to be comfortable with where they are.
It's not being about fat. It's
not
about loving the skin you're in.
Exactly.
Dove, right?
That's
like,
right.
It isn't about fat or too skinny or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's how comfortable you are with that.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel like you look great cross-legged with no underwear on, eating that cross bar, I'm sorry, like, what was with the no underwear? Why did she have to? Anyway.
No, it was naked. Naked.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Don't ever sit cross-legged anyway in front of a mirror with food. But, I mean, you know what? Like, that reminds me, just to go off kilter a little bit, sex and food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not for that. First of all, I think it's a really big waste of chocolate. But second of all, let's talk about fruits and whatever, right? Mickey Rourke, 9.5 weeks. When he mixed the eggs with the maraschino cherries and put them in her mouth, I almost gagged. I was like, I don't care who you are. You put that crap in my mouth, I'm going to vomit naked on you. So, I don't want to lie naked and you eat sushi off my belly. You're not going to put a roast beef on my butt. Like, I don't get food and sex.
I get alcohol and sex. I don't get food and sex.